Greetings, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our Wednesday Live. Today we have with us Dr. Faz Mahmood. Dr. Faz is a highly accomplished trainer, international inspirational speaker, and executive success coach. His company, Learn to Grow Rich and Worldwide Success Academy, provides executive coaching and training in leadership, communication, and human behavior. He also is an executive director with the John Maxwell Company. With 40 years of experience in Fortune 100 companies and as founder of three companies, Dr. Faz has acquired a healthy pulse on the many challenges that corporations and small businesses must conquer to remain healthy and competitive. His diverse experience from 20 years of sales and business here in the US, combined with the past 20-year passion for helping and adding relief in pain in people as a medical doctor, helps him to understand the direct challenges and opportunities that exist for business owners, executives, and leaders in both their professional and personal lives. He has an MD in Health and Sciences and MBA in Global Management. Thank you so much for being here with us on this platform, sir. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank, thank you very much. It's an honor, and I'm very humbled to be here. And seeing my friend Brigadier Sushil is always a pleasure for me. We usually met on Clubhouse with no faces together, but now we are truly talking to each other. Otherwise, we used to hear each other. So it's my pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's the technology's magic, I
Thank you
guess,
so
again.
much.
Two people meeting from Clubhouse, coming on to live like this and talking about such important topic like time consciousness today.
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited to have this discussion with Brigadier Sushil because he is an army man, and obviously, who knows better than anybody else as an army brigadier how to manage your time and how to value the time in your life. But we will go further and we'll do some discussion on that. So let's get started and we'll see where we go.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Faz, for being here. I'm so excited too, and looking forward to that, the step ahead from Clubhouse, from just listening to watching and listening and speaking. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
I want to ask from you, Brigadier Sushil sir, what according to you is time consciousness? I'm hearing these terms a lot these days. This is our topic for today as well, time consciousness. How do you define time consciousness and how's it different from time management?
Very good. I think that's a brilliant question to begin with. Uh, what's been happening is that ever since I've been dealing with this subject of time management, I'm doing my workshops, I find all my students coming up and they're very keen to know the type of tools and technologies, the type of apps they can use, the organizers they can use to be able to manage their time well. What I realized was that all those tools and technologies, devices, all that you use, they are of no use unless you first get your subconscious mind prepared or you become that person who wants to really, really manage time. Which means, is your why clear? Why do you want to do it? And if the ultimate reason that you want to achieve something in life, and I would say the ultimate achievement in life is happiness. If I want to achieve my goals, I want to be happy. If I want to achieve my financial goals, I want to get a lot of money. I want money to be happy. So am I absolutely clear about what I'm doing? And to that, I need to be preparing myself. It is something like before the gardener goes into planting a seed, he first has to prepare, he has to till the land, the ground, and soften it up, manure it, water it, and make it ready for the seed. If seed is a time management, then time consciousness is that preparation of the bed for this, for the seed to go in. So that's why I do a lot of work on time consciousness consciousness before I start any training or any talk on time management.
That's a very nice anthology to, explain time management and time consciousness and the difference between both. Dr. Faz, I would like to ask you something. Reading out your profile and seeing the amount of work you do and the different types of work you do, how do you manage time and how do you juggle between the different chores and the different kinds of activities you do?
That's a very awesome question, Rajvi. But I can tell you, I have a little different philosophy. And sometimes a lot of people don't agree with me, but that's okay. You don't have to agree with everything of mine. Uh, we cannot manage time, period. Time is not manageable thing. Time is an eternity. It stands still. It's the events which we do in that time we can control on and we can manage that. So I have to manage myself in that specific time frame. Not I cannot manage time. Time never takes a pause. 3,000 years ago at the same time when we are right now was exactly 1140. It didn't change. But faces got changed, people got changed, generation got changed. So we come and leave. Depends on a lot of time. People wants to climb too fast. People wants to run too fast, and they think that time flies, time goes by. I can't stop. No, you because you can't stop yourself. So my point is, time consciousness is all about self-discipline. How you discipline yourself. Once you discipline yourself, time will be according to your otherwise time is going to go anyway and you are going to lose it and you are going to waste it. So my point is time consciousness is the best thing as a successful as an entrepreneur as a human being. That's the only edge we have over animals because that's why God makes us human beings. And what is human beings? Human being is a spiritual being with an infinite intelligence in the shape of a human body. God, regardless whoever you believe in, has those three qualities which we do. So we have infinite intelligence to use it. So are we using our intelligence level? Not, then obviously we are suffering from the same syndrome like people have. Oh my gosh, time flies, time goes by, and it doesn't give me enough to. You have same 1440 minutes in 24 hours, which is Brigadier Sushil has, and I have, and all other people have. Depends on how you utilize that, how you plan yourself, and then how you automatically go through that time. That all to me is time consciousness and time management. But again, like I said, it's a different philosophy than someone else, but it doesn't mean that everybody has to agree with me. But that's how I see it more.
I think that's very nicely put up that time is not running. It's you and it's your life that is going ahead, and you have to fit yourself with the with you have to actually move with the time. The time is not running anywhere. It's you who's moving, and it's you who has to catch that train. Basin sir, what are your views on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I find another person who's absolutely in agreement with me. And in my workshops, I must tell you, doctor, it starts with that first slide which says there's nothing called time management. It is self management, it is life management. You have to manage yourself, you have to manage your work. Time management could have been if I could work 23 hours today and 25 hours tomorrow. I could slow the time today, I can hasten it tomorrow. Then it would be time management. So time is fixed and you have to fit into your. So what you're managing is yourself, you're managing your life. Absolutely. I am 100% with you, doctor. So the two of us make the same, we are talking the same language.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's amazing. One other thing that always comes up with time management, time consciousness is delegation. The delegation of work. How important is it to delegate, and how much of your work you should delegate in order to be on the right track?
Your question is from me, or
For you, sir, yes.
okay, okay. That's a very, very actually important question. Now we are going in that direction where we can make some sense for our audiences and our viewers who are watching us, who, like me and Brigadier Sushil. Uh, See, the whole thing is, unfortunately, we always make a to-do list in our life, which again is like a little bit, I have a conflict of opinion in that, because make sure you don't make a to-do list. Hope you understand my point, and make a not to-do list. Unfortunately, we make a to-do list a day before, and then we come in the morning at our desk or in our job, at our job, or we start our day, and then we start prioritize our schedule. My point is, why you have to prioritize your schedule? Why you didn't schedule your priorities? It's very simple, because it's a Pareto rules like 80-20. So your 80% time goes for 20% things which are useless, and there is no only 20% rate, you can say return. So why you won't focus on those 20%, whatever the task you have, which is going to give you 80% return? And then you have to make sure that you are using properly, and you are managing your time in simple language. Although, but my point is, don't prioritize your schedule, schedule your priorities. So people, they don't understand this concept. They start writing everything. Oh, let me make my plan for tomorrow. Then they fall in love with their plan, but they don't understand plans can be altered, plans can be changed. You cannot change your destination, but you can change your plan. So you have to have a destination conscious, that what you would like to accomplish tomorrow in 1440 minutes. Now people, they start, oh, I have 10 things. And then when I usually do in my corporate world, when I was working with a lot of people and I was heading them, and I used to ask, I said, let's assume all these things will be done, but let's pick the three top things. And then you see automatically they say, oh, if I can do this and this, I believe it's going to be worthwhile. So why you have to worry about the rest? Let's do it first. And if you prioritize those two things, you got 80% of the your day's return, and you're good to go. I mean, you don't have to worry about the rest of the 20%, because you didn't waste your time. And then if you get an opportunity, there are two type of works. I mean, you see what we have to do. What is A, B, and C? Like I said, A is you must do it. Then B is you should do it, and C, which you never have to do it. So just make sure you are on A, and then go to B, and then you go to C. So that's my take on this. Like you said, but I would love to hear from Brigadier Sushil, who's an expert too.
Okay, so I don't know it is a coincidence or what, but we are saying the same things. So really speaking, I could really show you my slides and my presentations, and you'll see that I say the same thing. So the point is, yes, uh, you talked about a not to do list, and I thought I was one of the few people who was talking about it, and I'm happy to see somebody else saying that. So I tell my students to make three lists to
Uh-huh.
achieve list, to achieve list, and to achieve list is what do I want to achieve by the end of the day. And I tell them that you can have a to achieve list for a week, and then pick up what can I do out of these today, which will actually make my other tasks also easier. So which are those 2 to 3 things in a day that I should aim at finishing? And then if I have any more time left, I could look at my what you call we in this term was taught to us in the army: must know or must do, should do, and could do. So what you said, C is could do, which hardly ever you don't reach that stage, because normally in today's crisis world you don't get that time, and things have changed so much. And I also say that old time management is dead. Old time management, which was taught to us, is gone, because we were that was in a very stable environment, comparatively stable environment. Today you get a your communications have become so fast that your clients, your family, your friends, they expect responses very very soon. And the moment they ask you something, you don't have time to go through all those preparedness. So you have to manage time on the fly. And that means, if your, what you said right in the beginning, if your goal, if your destination is known well, then you're on your way. And on your way, you, even if you go a little left, right, you'll come back because the direction is there. But if your direction is not there, then you don't know where you're going. Even if you're running very fast, you may be going and reaching somewhere else. So when you talked of delegation, um, Rajvi, I feel that in the way of prioritizing, that is the first thing. First thing you say is, what is it that I can get others to do? And it also stems from a concept of hourly worth and roti.
Yeah.
If I have somebody who can do the work for lesser than my hourly worth, then I might as well pay the money. That means I'm buying that person's time, so that the routine work and all that, that can be handled by that person. So I delegate, and then, or I outsource. That is another way of delegating today. Outsource that, so that you have more time in focusing on your priority jobs. For example, now
Oh,
Rajvi handles my social media. Now, two things happen. One is that I don't go and post various things on social media because I've got somebody to do it for me. Secondly, I am good at my subject. I'm not good at social media. So I'm also getting somebody to do something expert. I'm an amateur, she's an expert. So I also get the job done much better, in a better quality. So delegation is the answer. And there's one more question you said, Rajvi. You said, how do you delegate, or something like that? And I feel that we sometimes, and I've been a victim of this for more than 20 years. I used to be very scared of delegating because I was born with that conditioned mind that if I delegate, that person will not be able to do it as well as I do. The thought that comes in my mind is, I can do it better than him, so might as well do it myself. And then I learned from a senior officer in the army when he said, and I've, that is my, it is my takia kalam, it's my tagline. I give it to my juniors. If anyone can do a work 60% as good as you, give it to him. And you'll be surprised that very soon he will not only do 100, he will even do 110. It is only your inhibition of giving it to him. It is only an inhibition of letting go and believing that somebody else can also do it as good as you. Because 10 years back, you were also not doing it as well. When you learned it, that person will also learn. So that is my very, very strong point. I now delegate very easily, but I learned it the harder way.
awesome. Yeah, that's, I can add a little more, just a couple things, like you said, Brigadier, that we usually assess whenever you talk to, and the majority of the people you've been through and I've been through all the time, because we are coaches and trainers. So when we ask, okay, what's your plan is? Oh, so I want to make this much amount for a yearly. When they focus on yearly, they forget, they don't actually split out in months and weeks and days. So whatever time you lose because you just procrastinate, that, "Ah, I can do it tomorrow, I can recover is this. If I'm going to sit a little tight today, or I'm going to sit light today, that's okay, I will recover it." That doesn't come. You just waste the time, and you are not, because in this, Raj, we are doing two things in our life. Keep in mind, either we are preparing or repairing. Either we are repairing from yesterday, which we couldn't do, and now we waste all our today in repairing yesterday, or we can prepare for upcoming tomorrow, so we don't have to repair anything. So make sure where we are. So if you are a time conscious person, if you want to manage your life, it's not about managing your time, it's in managing your life, then you must be in preparing mode, not the repairing mode. Because if you are going to believe in repairing, then you will be always, you will fall behind than the rest of the world. And every day you are going to try to recover and recover and recover, but you are going to be behind. So make sure, even if you fail fail forward, not fail behind. So you get closer to your goal and closer to your dreams, whatever you're trying to do. So this is, I just want to add a couple cents. And let's go for the next question.
I just love the repairing and preparing. I'm going to borrow this from you and use it
You
very
got it.
often.
You got it, brother.
Oh,
You can use it.
okay. There's
That's
another
amazing, amazing points that
before
have
you
come
go
out.
further. Before you go further, Rajvi, there's another thing that comes to my mind, and that's a big myth which goes around in our mind. And what I just picked it up from what doctor said. There's a myth we carry on for, we understand and we say that is it is. Just a minute, let me show that. Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the myth that we are talking about is if I can't do it today, I'll make it up for tomorrow. That makeup, that makeup never happens. Time doesn't let you make up. It's a, and another word that I see a lot of people using is, I'll manage it. Array, there's no managing because the time cannot be compressed. You can't do it. So the point what doctor made just now is that when you look at yearly goals and quarterly goals, you are forgetting that what is most important is your daily goals. If every day in the morning you are clear about what you want to achieve that day, and by the end of the day you have done that day's task, live a day at a time. How you organize your day is how you organize your life. Would you agree with that, doctor?
Yes, absolutely, and positively, because you cannot take a pause. If you're talking time, time never takes a pause. So if you are delaying anything in your life, means you're wasting that moment, and you once you waste it, it won't come back. And obviously you're already fall behind. So you don't want to fall behind. If you want to move with the time and you want to go with the time and you want to be in a flow of a time, make sure you are ready in that moment, on that specific day which you are living right now. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? Nobody knows. So yesterday is a void check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is a present. That's called present. That's why it's a present. So you have to take the advantage of that present and take the advantage of the moment which you live in. And if you don't live in that moment, you are denying your God, your creator. And obviously, when you go against the creator, you are going to have every resistance in your life which you can't even think of, and obviously you're going to fail and you're going to fall behind all the time. And that's why people then they complain, they just curse and they do all these things. Oh, why it's happening with me, and why I'm behind, why I'm not rich, why I can't have the lifestyle of Brigadier Sushil. No, because you didn't do anything. Come on, you fall behind. God gave you every single talent which Mark Zuckerberg has, every single ability which Bill Gates has. Did you reveal that? No. Did you work like that? No. You are just looking an iceberg, but you are not looking what the sacrification and what the hard work they did. Are you willing to pay that price? And if you are not going to pay the price, because there is nothing worthwhile in your life without paying the toll, period. Everything worthwhile is uphill. And if you have a downhill habits, which is easier, faster, and closer, you're not going to get uphill. Uphill, you have to stand up, you have to climb, you have to crawl, you have to lose your breath, and that's how you're going to get there. So you
Yeah,
cannot make uphill moves by having your downhill habits. So make sure you change
Absolutely.
them. So that's my.
thank you so much, sir. One very important thing that I've always heard Sushil sir say, and also a couple of other people say, time is life. What are your views on this statement, Dr. Faz?
What you said, dying is life, correct?
Time is life.
Time is life. Yes, absolutely. There is a great definition which I heard. I had an opportunity few years ago, speaking with Brian Tracy and my favorite Stephen Covey, and we were on the same stage. So that was an honor for me. So I was listening both in the green room when we were sitting there, and I was asking about the same question. Like he said, "What do you say about time?" He said, "Fast time is nothing. It time's definition he gave. It's a sequence of events which happens in our life, and we think that that's a time management is nothing. You have to manage the sequence of events in that specific, like he said, ability to control the sequence of events is called time management, in other words. So that was the easiest definition I ever heard, and I'm hearing from a master. People follow them, millions and millions of people are admirer of them, and that was an opportunity for me to hear from his own mouth. So I mean, he said time management is the ability to control the sequence of events. So obviously life is comprised of events. If there is no event, there is no life. All right. So life goes with the events every moment. The only constant thing in this universe is a change. That's the constant thing. Well, I'm speaking with you in my body, trillions of cells are breaking and making, and all these changes are going in my body. If you look around, all these things around you have electrons, protons, neutrons, they are hitting each other, but because there is there is a rhythm there, that's why we can feel it. But change is happening every single moment. So if you are not managing those sequences, then you have no life. So time is life, of course. I agree with him. Absolutely.
Yes, so I learned this from a gentleman called Michael Podolinsky, who's
Hmm.
known to be the productivity guru in Asia. And
Yeah.
he told me this. He says, when I give you 5 minutes of my time, don't I give you 5 minutes of my life? And when
Yeah.
people say time is money, I said, please let's not overplay money. Money is no patch. Money can be earned back. Money can return, but life cannot. Time cannot return.
Yeah.
So, and I was very happy that you just spoke about Brian Tracy, who's also my guru too. And
Your voice is a little bit breaking up. Yeah. Maybe it's
I
connected.
think, yeah, we've lost him. Till the time he comes back, I would like to ask you, what do you think is that one lesson you have learned from life about time? One major lesson that has changed the whole ball game of time for you.
The problem is, it's a very good question, Rajvi, and it's a very, really broad question. If I were to start speaking, I can speak days on this, which we went through our life because I'm in mid 60s now. So I'm not a young kid. So I have a long list of experiences where I have regrets, where I have a pride of those some moments, and where I could do it better. I mean, all those feelings are there. So my point is, I learned a lot of things. First of all, 90% of the population, majority of the, I can say, people, they live someone else's dream. They don't have their own dreams because they think that they have a dream. But unfortunately, from very early younghood or childhood, they have been trained in a way they think that's my dream and I'm living my life. And at the end, when they get older like me, and then they realize that was not their even dream and they were living someone else's dream. I mean, and it did happen in my life because you asked my relevant to my life. Yes, I became a doctor, I mean, successful doctor as a surgeon. I practiced 19 years, but I never had any intention to be a doctor. But my parents envisioned me because in those days, to be a doctor is a big deal in our culture. So they wanted me to be a doctor, and I did. And then I realized it's not my even passion. It's not my really dream. Then I did my master's in business from the best of the best school in America. And then I realized it's not even my dream either. So now it took me 60 years to get back to my dream. And now I'm living in my dream. I'm growing in my dream. and I'm enjoying the moment, every moment which I have every single day. I don't have any issue to get up early or to sleep late because I don't feel that way. Because I love what I do and I do what I love, so I don't feel like I'm. So time is very important. Don't lose that. Don't waste that time. Follow your passions. Follow your passion. Don't hear all those noises which you have in your ear from others, uncles and aunts and moms and dad, and I mean your neighbors and your stupid unemployed friends, and they give you the tip how to get a job, and they are unemployed for themselves for like 18 months. So we are taking those tips from them. Don't listen them. Listen to your heart. Listen to your own inner voice, and once you listen that, you are going automatically your time management will be in a different direction because that's your passion. You're not working on a job. I mean, and that's the problem. We just don't follow our passion, so we lose our track of time and all these things, and we just get distracted. That's all I say.
Because we have Brigadier Sir back on screen. So,
Can
would
you
you
hear
like to
me?
continue what you were saying before you left us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I was saying I was very happy that you spoke about Brian Tracy, and he's my guru too.
Hmm.
And I wrote this book called $1 Million Second.
Hmm.
It's not coming on the video, and he has endorsed my book, and he has written in, and I've got it on my back cover of the book, saying Sushila has developed a wonderful system of goal setting and time management that will transform your life and double your income. So that's what Brian Tracy has said, and I learned a lot of things from him. So I was very happy when you mentioned him.
Yeah, no, I had an opportunity that was an honor for me. I mean, that was the only time I was on the same stage in Philadelphia when they came here, and that's my hometown, and I was also part of that whole event. So I had an opportunity to meet Stephen Covey and Brian Tracy, and that was definitely an honor for me.
Yeah, I
That's
can
great. Thank
assure,
you,
I
sir.
can understand that. Okay, Rajvi, just 1 minute. I want to take this right now. Just 1 second. We have in the audience Raj Nair, and very nice thing he said when we are talking about priorities. Uh, Let me see if it's coming on the screen or
Yes. Mhm.
yeah. So if you can see this, he says that while it's important to schedule priorities, one important scenario observed is the lack of understanding of what and how to prioritize, where folks feel all are important, thus making it important to learn how to prioritize itself.
Yes,
A
that's a
very
very good
interesting question that you,
question.
if there are 10 things you think all 10 are important, you don't know which one is more important than the other.
Hmm.
So
No,
yes, what would you say to?
yeah, I see differently, Mr. Rajna, that that's what happens most of the time. People do that mistake, that they make a whole to-do list, like I started with that, and all the 10 things they think are very important in their life. But when you go and start looking minutely on these, you will find hardly three of those 10 will be the real things which you have to, and the rest of the seven are not going to be returning anything out of that, or very little. So make sure which is going to make a big return or major return of your day. I think that Mr. Brigadier Sushil, I can't hear you. Your voice is.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking you were saying. So my
No,
point is,
his voice and his video are lagging differently.
yes, yeah, that's why. So anyway, I mean, so obviously, that is also when I think that Rajvi is going to ask us about goal setting, and I'm holding all those things for the goal setting part, but I will go through that how to prioritize, and you will see what mistakes people make when it comes to the goal setting, and when you make a right goals setting, and then you will see you are not going to have any issue finding the priorities in that. But again, don't prioritize your schedule. I'm already backing up my statement, which I did, that don't prioritize your schedule only your priorities. And then you will see how much time and how much life you are going to get back from nothing to something. And then you will feel like, oh, you will be more relaxed, you're not going to be more stressed. I have a lot of my students, they were working 14, 15 hours with the kids, and like especially females. And she came to me and she said, Dr. Faz, I have this problem because I am a single mom. I have two kids and I work 14 hours. I can't pay attention to my kids properly, and I get stressed when I get done from work after 14 hours. So my health is not helping me, and at the top, my finances are not helping me either. So I said, let's sit down. And then I had a coaching session, couple coaching sessions, and I started working with her. And after 3 or 4 sessions, she was amazed. She said, now I used to start at 7 o'clock and I used to work till 7 o'clock or sometime 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. Now I'm getting done from 8 to 5. I get done. So I spend quality time and my productivity went up 3 times than whatever. Because just like the Brigadier Suchil already pointed that if you can delegate certain things, just delegate it. If you are a 50 hours an hour person, why you want to do 10 dollar an hour work? That's not my worth. I'm not going to waste my time to do that. Like in entrepreneurship, how many times, Rajvi, you saw in your age group people, oh, let me learn how to edit the videos. Let me see how to do on YouTube. Oh, if you don't know, just don't waste your time. You are an entrepreneur. Just pay somebody and get it done, and focus on your bigger goal, which where you can make 50, 60, $100 an hour, rather than working for a $10 an hour 15 hours to make a video. I'm not doing it. I got my team to work for me. I don't care. It's not my work to do that. So same thing in goals. When you do the time management, don't waste your time for those. Like if I will ask Mr. Nair, he's going to realize that there are certain things which he wastes his time that to do himself rather than he can delegate. And then there is another factor, it's called eliminate. Eliminate certain things. I don't want to do it. Even if it looks like I have to, but I don't want to do it. It's not my passion. It's not part of my game. And it doesn't give me any return. Why I have to waste? So you just focus on the top part, not the bottom part. Bottom part is which I can delegate. Like Brigadier Sushil said, if you think that he can do even 60% of your job, just delegate it. Don't waste your energy there. Same thing eliminates certain things. I used to think, oh, if I'm not going to do this, how I'm going to market myself? I don't care. I'm going to hire a marketing company. If I'm making $100,000 and if I have to spend $10,000, $15,000, I don't care. I'll pay them and let them do that. It's none of my business. I mean, so we'll go on a goal setting part, and I will go a little more if you have any question on that. So thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add one thing here. Firstly, I really want to show you this. I wrote this here, eliminate, just now. And you said
Okay.
this. So I'm wanting to tell you that a lot of things that we are saying, we're thinking.
Yeah,
I didn't know
because
that. I didn't know there was somebody sitting in America who just thinks like me. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay.
this is
The
this
second
is
thing I want to tell.
like a gray hairs now, so we know the same through
Hmm.
our experiences.
Yeah. So I also want to add to Raj Nair to tell him that one, of course, is elimination, and I always compare it with a sculptor who keeps eliminating the unwanted things and he gets the statue as a result. So clarity comes from eliminating the unwanted. And second thing is when you think all 10 things are same and they don't, you can't make out which is of a higher priority. I use something called a peg system where you allot the value each one is going to give you. You have to have a matrix of 1 to 10 and say what advantages is going to give you, what results are you, what consequences are you expecting from this one particular thing. And you can you have a matrix of 1 to 10. Oh my God.
I think there's an echo from Sushil Sazan.
No, there was a lag. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you hear me now?
now I can. Yes.
I think there is a network issue. I was saying that if you have 10 things on a scale of 1 to 10, give marks to everyone as to what is going to give you the best result. Measure with the result that that particular thing is going to give you. And then you are not allowed to give the same marks to two things. So if this is 4, the other one has to be either 3 or 5 or 6. So the moment you do that, it automatically makes you juggle around, and you'll get, that's a good exercise. And later on, it comes from experience. But in the beginning, it is a little exercise to make sure that you are not confused about priorities.
Of course. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, and
Rajvi.
Raju, get on to goal setting. Yeah.
Yes, I was just about to ask you now. What is the first step? We all have different goals in mind, different plans that we all have to, take forward with us. What is the first step that we should take while setting and managing our goals? The baseline of it.
It's from me. I have.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Let me tell you one thing, Rajvi. First thing first. Goal setting is an intellectual process, and accomplishing goal is a lawful process. These are two separate things. Keep in mind, goal setting is an intellectual process, and goal accomplishing is a lawful process. Now you're going to say, what do you mean by that? So if I will ask a 10, 15, or 12-year-old kid, tell me about your five senses, everybody's going to tell touch, smell, and hearing, and look, visual, and all those five senses. Everybody knows. But if I will ask even a master degree holder that tell me about those six intellectual faculties, most of them they don't know. They should know. God, whoever we believe in, he gave us those six intellectual faculties, and our entire life based on those intellectual faculties. So the goal setting, like I said, is an intellectual process. Without using those intellectual faculties, you cannot set the goals right. This is not a problem that somebody didn't accomplish goals because he didn't have a capability of that, or he didn't have resources. No, no, no. The problem was when he set up the goals, he made a mistake right there, intellectual. Goal accomplishing is again a lawful process. Again, God has seven universal laws in this world. This whole universe is created on those laws, and still they are working. Everything based on those, whether we believe it or not. Sometimes people say, I don't believe in the law of gravity. Okay, jump from 14th floor. By the fourth floor, you are going to accept it. Okay, so same thing, these are universal laws. So let me talk about that, why we make few mistakes during our goal setting process, which stops us to accomplish our goals. Now, the first mistake, the basic and very basic first mistake, uh, Brigadier Sushil knows so well because we both are corporate trainers. When we go to these major corporations, what happens? As the year comes, like at the end, they start calling meetings of their managers and vice presidents and directors, and then they hire even consultants, and sometimes they hire us to set up the goals for the upcoming year. Okay, and when we sit down with their all executives, and you know what they talk about? Sir, this is our track record. We have been accomplishing 10 to 11% better than every year, past year. So let's assume we are going to have 11% in for the next year, because they are setting their goals on the basis of what they can do. But that's not the goal. Because setting goals on the basis of what you can do, then what happens? God forbid, the people who set up, and I was one of those victims or victors, whatever you say, or the corporate trainer, that I was with few companies, and in the December of 2019, sitting with them and talking to them, and they gave me the same idea of 12%. But did they know that end of January, there will be a COVID-19 there around the world? They're done. Okay, all their predictions were gone. Companies were locked down. So my point is, when you know that you can do certain things, and God forbid any obstacles or any obstruction comes in your way, you lose your whole concentration, you get frustrated, and you quit. or you give up. So first of all, never ever make a goal on the basis of what you can do. That's not the goal setting. Number two mistake which people make all the time, that they start making a goal, setting a goal, and they start making a plan. There is a, see again, what happens when you make a plan? The universal laws are working already there. There is a law is called law of vibration. All right, everything is in constant change. All right, they are breaking, they are making, they are breaking, they are making. By the time you finish writing your game plan for the next year, the things are changed when you started. All right, do you know that in October 2021, where we are now, still 3 more months to go, do we know that what the Wall Street is going to be, or Bombay Stock Exchange will be? Nobody knows. All right, because things are changing. So make sure don't set up your goals on the basis of your, now what they do when they make a plan, they fall in love with their plan. Anything goes against the plan, they start trimming their goals. Can you imagine? You cannot change your goals, you can change your plan. Don't fall in love with your plan. You can find a detour, you can find a different way. Plans can be altered, plans can be changed, not the goals. But unfortunately, most of the people, they start framing their goals. Oh, I have a goal to make 100,000. Now I will live with 80,000. And then something happens, oh, 60,000. At the end, they are there where they are. And it's 40,000. And let's live with that. And then they are going to complain what? Oh, we are an average, we are mediocre. I said, don't you feel shame for that? If somebody says I am an average, I am a middle class, to me is a curse. To me is that I'm telling people that I am so stupid and idiot that I can go further. In other words, because what is a mediocre, or what is a middle class from 1 to 100, Rajvi? If I'll ask, what's the middle of 1 to 100? Tell me.
50?
Okay, so you are worst of the best and best of the worst.
No, you don't want
You
to
are
be that
proud
ever.
for it. Correct. Make sure that's in the middle.
Yeah.
So you are worst of the best and best of the worst. Take just two or one couple or any couple extra steps and get out of that pile. Like Jack White said, get out of that pile. Now you're not middle class. You're above middle class. And the highway is open right there, because a whole crowd is right here on the middle class and average and mediocres. If you take an extra step, highway is open. There is no competition. You are the competition. Why you don't want this freedom? Why you don't want this pride for yourself, for your high self-esteem, and not only yours, for your family, for your kids, for your neighbors, for your friends, for your country, wherever you are, whoever you are serving. Be proud of that. Just take an extra step. Find my book that I titled By a Nose is the title of my book. You know, you don't have to be 10 times smarter, charismatic, hardworking, and laborious than anybody else. Just get by a nose to everyone, and you are ahead of everyone and get rewarded 10 times more than anybody else. So that's all it takes, just an extra step. So don't set up your goals on the basis of your plan. Plan can be changed, plan can be altered. Get out of that. And the third major mistake which people make is what, they set goals with an intention of accomplishing goals. You're going to see me like I'm a weird guy, but that is a true fact, and I'm going to explain how I'm saying this. Yes, you heard me right, that people don't set your goals to accomplish your goals. That's not your that should not be your motive. Because do you think when God created whoever we believe in this universe, everything everything was already in that? Nothing was new. We have to just reveal those things. They were present here. All right. My point is, so don't worry about accomplishing goals. My point is, you have to become a person where goal comes to you, because God never gives you who you what do you want and what you wish for. God only gives you who you are. Become that person. Law of attraction, you heard all the time. That's the law of attraction. Be that person so everything get attracted to you, not you have to chase. So make sure, don't set up your goals to accomplish it. Be that person in that process. Turn into that person, that goal comes to you. Because it's a law of attraction, it's a universal law. God automatically made this law for everyone. You do, and you become that, and everything will come to you. So unfortunately, we make those mistakes in our goal setting, and then we complain, and then we sit down and cry for that. That how I can. Every year I set up my goals, and January 17th I'm out of those because I can't do it, because they didn't focus on the goal setting process, which is intellectual. There are six intellectual faculties. Number one, like I told you, the mistake based on our the faculty called reasoning. We start reasoning ourselves. How I'm going to do it? Where the money is going to come from? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Reasoning comes from where? Logic, and logic based on what? Your past. The in 18-year of, like you are a 17-year-old young lady. Now you think, oh, when I was 12-year-old and my teacher was not happy with me, or my class fellow bullied me. But now you are no longer 12 years old. You are 17 years old. You can hold his or her hand and slap on his or her feet if you have to, God forbid, to protect yourself. My point is, you can make your future plan on the basis of your past. Past is gone. Now things are changed. Values are changed, power is changed, resources are different. There was no Google 25, 30 years ago for me and Brigadier Sushil. Now we got Uncle Google and Auntie YouTube. We can use too. So my point is, I cannot base my goals on the basis of my past. Same thing on the other mistake I was telling you. So you have to use no reasoning faculty, not memory, which comes from past. In place of that, I'm going to use my imagination and intuition faculty, which God gave me. Because in imagination, you have a power that you can see yourself 3 years ahead, wherever you want to be. And intuition is what? That is the, you can say, the a power God gave a human being. When you pray to your God, like Wayne Dyer said, that when you pray to your God, it means you are trying to speak to your God, and you're trying to put you're trying to in tune your God in that frequency so he can or she can hear that. But when God decides to respond your prayer, then it comes through your intuition. And then people say, oh, my sixth sense told me that to do. What is sixth sense? Or my gut feeling. These are all names for intuition, because God gave you the signal which nobody else could see, so you can see more and ahead of everyone, and that becomes your intuition. So use those two faculties to set up your goals for future, not the reasoning and memory which is based on past. These are the future faculties. Then you use your laws, law of attraction, law of cause and effect, law of rhythm. All these work for you, and automatically you will accomplish your goals. So these are the mistakes I want to pinpoint, but I want to hear from Brigadier Sushil about these goal setting. Brand, I will go for any other questions you have.
I think you have again said a lot of things that I 100% agree with. And yeah, there are a few more things that I want to pick up from you, because I find that they are complementing. So, whatever I've been saying in my workshop, what you are saying, you put them together, I think we'll both be able to regenerate even stronger, I'll say, cases for people to understand. So, one thing I've been saying is that don't set outcome based goals, set performance based goals, because outcome is not entirely dependent on me, but performances. So i
Mhm.
can i can for my performance, which is based on my thought process, which is based on my determination, and which is based on something which is the prime factor, and that is self discipline. I find that neither time management nor goal setting can be done if you first embed yourself with that very strong tool, and that is self discipline. Because if self discipline is not there, nothing else can happen. And self discipline definition, which I like to clarify when I say what is self discipline, It is doing what you ought to do, even when you don't feel like doing it, and even when nobody is watching you.
Yeah.
If that becomes clear, then you are married to those goals, you are married to your time, you're married to your plans. You will be clear on what you're doing. So, but if you say I will have outcome based goals, for example, when I was writing my book, I said I will write my book by 31st December. And I did that. I achieved my goal. But let's say I would have said that I will publish a book by 31st December, then that was not possible because I gave it to my publisher in the month of January, and the book got published in October when I was promised that it will be done by February or March latest. Now, because something is out of my hand and I have no control, once I've given my manuscript to the publisher, I can give him reminders, I can cry, I can plead, I can do anything, but ultimately the result is not going to be on me. So, performance based goals are more focused. They also give you that sense of satisfaction. They also give you that, uh, I'll say, self confidence that yes, you set a goal and you achieved it. But when you have outcome based goals, you can be let down, you'll get frustrated, you will feel bad, and you will start blaming yourself that I set a goal and I couldn't do it. So that is what I would add to what you said.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think that we should have join some seminar or workshop for people. Yeah, we got a
Yes,
lot
and
of
I'm going to send you a little stuff once this is over, and I'll take your
yeah.
email ID. I'll send you some stuff where
Yes.
you will uh, find that we are saying the same things, and a lot of things what you're saying is what I also say, and maybe we say them a little differently. Maybe we use little different
Exactly.
words or examples,
Yeah.
but the crux of it is same.
Yeah. Same thing. Like I just it came in my mind that a lot of time when we set up our goals, so we start reasoning ourselves, am I worthy of this goal? A lot of time it
Ah,
happens. Am I worthy of this goal? So people don't have any idea what they worth, how worthy they are. If Rajvi is spending these 45 minutes with me and Brigadier Social, she's trading 45 minutes of her life with us, correct? She's not going to get these 45 minutes back in her life. Means now you have to understand how worthy you are. You are giving the most precious thing of your life to us. And if we are not good enough to give you in return anything, it means blame on us, not blame on yourself. You did the right thing. We didn't do our job right. So my point is, don't feel that you are worthy of any goal. Goals are, think about that. Is this goal is worthy of me or not? Because you are very precious. You are so precious. So never ever judge or underestimate your worth. Always judge the worthiness of your goal, not yourself. Most of the people you have seen, and I think that you have been through those people. Oh, how I can dream that big? Dream has to be bigger than you. That's how you are going to grow in that dream. If the dream is not big enough, that's not even a dream. Dream has to be big so you can live in that dream, you can grow in that dream. And last but not the least, I want to add one more thing in terms of this question, that we start thinking and reasoning with ourselves. How I'm going to do this? How I'm going to do this? Let me make it clear, my friends who are watching us, who are listening us, and who are going to listen or watch after this show. How is none of your business? Period. How is none of your business? Do you think Wright brethren knew that they are going to fly iron in the air? They didn't have a flying license. They didn't know how to do it. And even if they got there, now they didn't know how to land back. All right. But they did it because how is none of your business? You have to know what you want to do. Why and what is your problem? How is from Almighty, whoever you believe in. All right. You even don't know the chair which you're sitting right now that you can stand up or not, unless you don't stand. So my point is, don't worry about how. How is Almighty's business, not yours. Everything happened in this world. Everything we discovered, everything we revealed, nobody knew that how it's going to be. Do you think we are talking from 10,000 miles apart right now? Did you imagine 20 years ago how it's going to happen? No, but now we are, because that is God's way to help you. Again, intuition part, how it gave, and again, everything which is created or revealed in this world or discovered happened twice. First, it came in someone's mind first, and then it came in existence physically and in reality. So everything happens twice in our life. So make sure first step is first you start thinking about that process in your mind first, and then things will happen in existence physically and the way you want in a reality. So goal setting, you must have a bigger picture and higher than you yourself, so you can grow in that, and then things will happen. How is none of your business, period. If you are setting your goals that how I'm going to do it, that's not a goal, that's a wishful thinking, and God never gives you what you think or what you wish for. God only gives you who you are. So be that person, so everything comes to you. Become this at that level that God, law of attraction starts working, law of vibration starts working, law of rhythm starts working, law of cause and effect starts working to you, and that's how you're going to achieve and accomplish your goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think, all my next questions are already answered in this one. And I think all our viewers and listeners today have taken a lot with them. And as me, I've taken a lot home. And I'm sure each one of them would have also taken a lot home. What is that? Sushil, sir, do we have you with us? Because I could see your, video moving, but
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Okay. So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Okay. I would
Yeah.
request each one of you to give one take home message for all our listeners and our viewers today. So what's that one message that you would give them that they could take it home with them? Starting off with Basin sir?
Okay. So I would say be the driver of your life's car. Have the steering in your control and take ownership of your life, because this life belongs to you and you are 100% responsible for your life. No excuses. Make your goals bigger than your excuses. I find more people, their excuses are bigger than their goals, and they have 100 reasons why they can't achieve a goal. So make your goals bigger than your excuses. That's my one point.
Thank you. That was great. But from my perspective, I can advise, I can suggest, or whatever you name it, or I can request even for those people that just get out of your comfort zone. Everything worthwhile, like I said, is uphill, and comfort zone doesn't take you to uphill. You have to get out of that comfort zone, and don't feel like any dream is bigger than you. You are capable of everything and anything which you would like to think of. So my point is, follow your passion, chase your dream, make your passion align with your interest, and that will take you to the destination. Again, success is not a destination, it's a journey. You can have milestones every once in a while, but don't get stuck there and don't get stuck there. Just move to the next milestone and next milestone and next milestone. It's not going to stop. All your life you are going to be in this journey. More those milestones you are going to go through, higher you are going to be. So make sure, get out of your comfort zone, make things happen. God never injustifies anyone. All right. He is equal for everyone. You have the same capability of any name you are admired of or you are inspired of. Uh, you can be Brigadier Sushil, you can be Bill Gates, you can be Mark Zuckerberg, you can be my friend Sandeep Maheshwari, which I usually talk, and you can be Vivek Bendra or whatever. These are my friends in India. You can become anything which you would like to, but that's you. Are you getting out of your comfort zone and getting in a creative zone? Just be there. All right. Life is so beautiful. Every moment is joyful. Have fun, have good time, and leave your legacy when you leave, and people will remember you forever. Those are my advice.
Wow, this
Thank you
is
so much. Dear
amazing.
doctor, I want to add one thing here. I wrote this book. My first book was Design Your Life. I've got it here. Just a minute. I'll just show it to you.
Sushil, sir,
Yeah, this
your
is,
video is paused.
oh, my video's gone. Okay, so I was going to show you my book. I can't show it. But can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so in this book, Design Your Life, there's a chapter called, I think, let me read out the exact words. It's about comfort zone. And it says, move beyond the comfort zone, which you just said. And in that chapter, at one place, I have said, I call it the decay zone. That
Mhm.
is the zone in which you are going to decay. There's no success available in the comfort zone. So you just said that, and again, I think from beginning till end, I found lot of vibrations, lot of resonation between what you are saying and what I'm saying. So thank you so much,
Cool.
and it has been a great pleasure having you on this conversation. And I'm so happy that we moved from the clubhouse to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And yeah, we could also come little, into a live situation than only the sound situation. Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much, and I'm very honored and humble for being here, and especially, I mean, it's a pleasure speaking. You know, we both are on same page, and hopefully, in future, we are going to also collaborate. And I believe we can do a couple more shows for our audiences and viewers if they would love to learn and they would like to learn. We'll try to tell something more which we know. And thank you very much, Rajvi. You are an awesome young lady. God bless you. You are truly, I mean, it takes a courage. It takes a really, you are so daring that you are on screen and talking to. I mean, a lot of young kids, they are shy of camera and they have, oh, what I'm going to ask, how I'm going to ask. Again, get out of your comfort zone, and you did it. And I can see a bright young lady for the Indian future right there. Thank you.
So I am now looking forward to our next masterclass together, which we are
Sure.
doing for, yeah. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
The viewers and the all our listeners and viewers will be really excited to see a collaboration between both of you. Thank you so much, sir, once again for being on this platform. It was an absolute pleasure having you here. This is our signing off now. You can watch the recording later of time consciousness and goal management. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.